In the summer of 2021, millions of people watched what seemed to be the perfect love story. A young couple packed everything they owned into a small white van and began traveling across the United States. Their dream was simple. They wanted to explore beautiful national parks, document every moment, and inspire others to follow their adventures. The couple was Gabby Petito and her fiancé, Brian Laundrie. Gabby was only 22 years old. She loved photography, nature, and creating videos for social media. She dreamed of becoming a successful travel content creator. Brian shared her passion for traveling and outdoor life. Together, they visited breathtaking locations, posted smiling photos, and uploaded videos that made their lives appear perfect. To everyone watching online, they looked happy. But behind the camera, things were very different. Their relationship had become increasingly tense during the long road trip. Small arguments slowly turned into serious conflicts. Nobody imagined that this dream vacation would soon become one of the most shocking criminal investigations in modern American history. In late August 2021, something suddenly changed. Gabby stopped answering phone calls. She stopped replying to text messages. Days passed without anyone hearing from her. Her family immediately knew something was wrong. Then something even more disturbing happened. Brian Laundrie returned home to Florida, but Gabby wasn't with him. He arrived alone, and instead of explaining where Gabby was, he refused to speak to investigators. That single decision shocked the entire country. Within days, millions of Americans began following the mystery. Social media exploded with theories, clues, and questions. Everyone wanted the answer to one terrifying question. What really happened to Gabby Petito? As investigators searched for answers, new information began to emerge. Witnesses reported seeing Gabby and Brian together at several locations during their trip. One incident, however, would later become one of the most discussed moments in the entire investigation. On August 12, 2021, police officers in Moab, Utah responded to a report of a domestic dispute involving the couple. Body camera footage showed Gabby visibly upset and crying while speaking with officers. Brian appeared calm as he explained that they had been arguing. After assessing the situation, the officers decided not to file criminal charges. Instead, they separated the couple for the night in the hope that some time apart would calm the situation. At the time, it seemed like a routine encounter, but after Gabby disappeared, millions of people watched the footage again and again, searching for clues that might explain what happened in the days that followed. As the investigation intensified, detectives carefully traced the couple's journey across the western United States. They reviewed surveillance footage, examined phone records, interviewed witnesses, and searched through hundreds of photographs and videos posted online. Every new piece of evidence helped investigators build a timeline of their final days together. The public quickly became involved. Thousands of volunteers on social media analyzed maps, compared photographs, and shared possible sightings. Some people even searched through hours of travel videos uploaded by other tourists, hoping to find anything that could help investigators. Then an unexpected breakthrough changed everything. A travel vlogger reviewing footage from a camping trip realized that her camera had accidentally captured a white van parked near a remote area close to Grand Teton National Park. The van looked exactly like the one Gabby and Brian had been traveling in. The footage was immediately turned over to investigators. Search teams focused their efforts on that area, believing they were finally getting closer to the truth. Days later, investigators made a heartbreaking discovery. Gabby Petito's body was found in a remote camping area in Wyoming. The news shocked the entire nation. Millions of people who had followed the case hoped for a miracle, but those hopes came to an end. The medical examiner later determined that Gabby's death was a homicide. Investigators now knew they were no longer searching for a missing person, they were investigating a murder. Questions or explain what had happened during the trip. His silence only increased public suspicion, and media attention surrounding the case became overwhelming. Then, just as investigators were preparing to question him further, Brian disappeared. His family told authorities that he had gone hiking in a nearby nature reserve and never returned. Suddenly, the search shifted once again. Law enforcement agencies, search teams, and volunteers spent weeks combing through the vast wilderness, hoping to find him alive and uncover the answers everyone was waiting for. The search attracted enormous media coverage. Helicopters flew over the reserve, search dogs worked through difficult terrain, and investigators followed every possible lead. Despite all the efforts, there was no sign of Brian for weeks. Finally, in October 2021, search teams discovered human remains in the Carlton Reserve, along with personal belongings that belonged to Brian Laundrie. DNA testing later confirmed that the remains were his. Nearby, investigators also recovered a notebook that had been exposed to water for some time. After forensic examination, authorities revealed that the notebook contained written statements in which Brian accepted responsibility for Gabby Petito's death before ending his own life. Although investigators were able to determine what had happened, many questions about the events leading up to Gabby's death remained unanswered forever. The case became one of the most widely followed criminal investigations in recent American history. Millions of people had watched the story unfold in real time through television broadcasts, online discussions, and social media platforms. It also changed the way many people viewed missing person investigations. Members of the public played an important role by sharing information, reviewing videos, and helping investigators identify valuable evidence. The case demonstrated how technology and online communities could contribute to solving complex investigations. Today, Gabby Petito's story continues to be remembered across the United States. Her family later established the Gabby Petito Foundation, an organization dedicated to supporting families of missing persons and raising awareness about domestic violence. What began as a dream road trip across America ended in heartbreak and tragedy. Behind the smiling photographs and beautiful landscapes was a reality that nobody could see. Gabby's story serves as a reminder that appearances on social media do not always reflect real life, and that every missing person deserves attention, compassion, and a determined search for the truth. Thank you for watching. If you found this story informative, consider subscribing for more true crime and mystery documentaries based on real events.